The first thing I'm doing to prepare my body for birth. Dates are my favorite, but this is it for his diaper cart. So this is the overview of the nursery. I'm gonna get like a little gallery wall. We are doing labor prep right now, and we're practicing my breathing for labor and pushing for labor. This is my postpartum caddy. This is the star of the show when it comes to my postpartum caddy. Say hi. Oh, I'm gonna miss the bump. I'm gonna miss it a lot. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we are again, prepping for a baby. I literally feel like I just filmed this video because I did just film this video a year ago, and you guys really enjoyed that vlog where I just talked all about how I was preparing for the baby, preparing our home, preparing my body. And so I thought I would film this time how I'm preparing, because now I'm a second-time mom, and so I feel like I have some experience there. And also I had the most amazing unmedicated birth my first time around, and I'm preparing again for an unmedicated birth. I'm gonna be at a birth center this time rather than a hospital. Today I am 1 day shy of 38 weeks, so tomorrow I turn 38 weeks pregnant, which is absolutely insane to me. I'll give you guys a bump date. Here's my 38-week pregnant belly. I feel like I just got pregnant not that long ago, and we're already like at the end where I'm about to have a baby. So exciting. And I've also put off preparing for the baby so much longer than I did with my first, in classic second mom fashion. I am waiting till the last minute because I had Luca at 41 weeks. And so I'm like, I've got time. But then I'm like, you're a second time mom now. Like, things are gonna probably go a little faster. I'm not expecting to have him like earlier than my due date, but we must be prepared if that happens. So yesterday I spent all day washing all of the newborn clothes, which I have right here. I don't know if you can really see. I mean, this isn't all the clothes. I have 2 more laundry baskets just like full of newborn clothes. And obviously, see all these totes over here? These are what I took everything out of. I spent the day cleaning all the clothes, so then today I can like actually put them away. So I think this vlog is gonna be in parts. I'm just gonna film as I'm preparing because I'm not gonna be able to get everything done today during Luca's nap. The car seat has been installed in the car as of last night, so that was a huge check off the list. I have like pretty much all my postpartum stuff, because last time I got way too much stuff. I didn't bleed for very long after having him, and so I just used way less than I was thinking I would. I thought I was gonna be bleeding for like 5 or 6 weeks, which I think is probably on the extreme, but I bled like fairly well for like 5 days, and then I just had like really, really light, like kind of spotty bleeding, and then it would increase if I like overexerted myself that day. So I really didn't use like as much as I thought I would, which is great. So I had some extra stuff this time around. I really didn't need to buy much. I'll just talk real briefly about the first thing I'm doing to prepare my body for birth, and that's the raspberry leaf tea. So I did this last time too. How I do it is I just do like a little bit of really hot water, let it steep, and then I fill it with either like really, really low sugar lemonade or Body Armor. Get some extra hydration. And I find in the middle of the day, it's like a really nice little refreshing drink, and I have it cold. I'm going to be drinking that 1 to 2 times a day. And if you're wondering what raspberry leaf tea does, is it strengthens your uterus for more efficient contractions. And you know, we all want more efficient contractions. We want contractions that are doing things. So that's what the raspberry leaf tea does. And I was advised by my midwives to start at 37 weeks. And then we'll talk later about some other things I'm doing to prepare my body. As you can see, I have a ton of laundry, and I actually have another laundry basket out there full of laundry as well. But this is newborn and 0 to 3 months. So I'm only gonna put the newborn stuff in our dresser. So my plan is the nursery's upstairs, and it's a long story, and if you watched my Vlogmas, you'll kind of know the backstory. It's upstairs, and I don't want to be going upstairs every time I need something. So this drawer right here is going to be this baby's drawer. So I'm gonna get everything in here that we're gonna need. All just newborn stuff though. Everything else will go upstairs, like the next size. So I'm gonna fit as much as I can in this drawer, and then the hanging stuff is gonna go in our closet for him, and this will just kind of be like his nursery away from his nursery, and that nursery upstairs will be more like a storage area. So this will have the changing pad, the diapers, the wipes, obviously, like all those types of things in our dresser. I'm gonna get to organizing this drawer, getting things put away. I brought down all these like drawer organizers that are really handy. Oh, we'll see how much we can fit in here. Fingers crossed we can get everything, if not most of it, in here. I got it all organized. So over here I have all his pajamas, and then we're gonna use the Ollie swaddle. That worked the best for Luca. And so I have some other swaddles up there in that pile of laundry, like the Halo and stuff, if you're familiar with those. So we might use those, but this one was just super easy with diaper changes and stuff through the night. It was just super fast and simple to get him in and out of, and then he didn't ever get his arms out, which was nice as well. And then here I have all his onesies, pants, hats, and then just like the little, we just have 2 sets of the little mittens. We didn't really use them for Luca, so we might not use them again, but I thought I'd have them down here just in case. And then socks, little booties, which we also didn't really use for Luca, but we were also in Arizona, so it was a lot warmer. So now I'm gonna take everything that's left over in these 2 baskets upstairs to the nursery and start putting those away as well. Okay, so if you're familiar with our house and my Vlogmas specifically, you'll know that this was Luca's room in my last YouTube video, and now it's this baby's room. So we have the crib in here, rocking chair. I pulled the dresser out of the closet because we're using it as storage for all of our stuff, because we don't have any storage closets besides these bedrooms. So I just got all the stuff up here. So I'm going to start putting things on hangers and hanging it up, and then putting the remainder of the 0 to 3 month clothes in this dresser. Look up. Say hi. I'm awake. Luca's determined to get this camera right now. You want to say hi? So Luca's obviously awake from his nap, so I'm going to stop for today, but I'll show you really quickly what I got done. I feel really good about how much I did accomplish. He ended up taking a 2.5 hour nap, which was amazing. So I got as much done. Can I see that, please? Thank you. I got as much done as I possibly could have gotten done. So this is the first thing I got done. I got all the sleep sacks hung, and then I have these handy little cards, not cards, but they're like wood things that tell me the size of clothes. So I have the 0 to 3 month right here. So got all the clothes hung. This is kind of where I left off. We've moved Luca's crib so much that these screws, I'm trying to raise the mattress, are like totally de-threaded. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. Got the mattress out of the box. Got the swing thing back in it because I washed it. And then this is not how it's going to be. I'm going to take this downstairs and that downstairs, which I have a little basket that goes in to be on our dresser. But I got some stuff put in here. Got some jammies, swaddles, burp rags. These are going to be for the changing tables, hats, shirts, pants, and then these are like his newborn toys, and some carriers slash just like fan, sound machine, just kind of random stuff. So I definitely feel good with how much I got done just in that amount of time. Obviously the room still has a good amount of stuff to go through. I think the next thing I'll focus on is the birth bag and getting everything in that, and then also just doing my diaper caddies and the baby's diaper caddies. So I think that's gonna be done another day. So I think I'll pick up this vlog a different day. It's a new day, which means we're prepping for baby again. It's the weekend, so I have Nolan's help today, and we're gonna tackle the nursery wall. We're gonna put up some really cute wallpaper while Luca's napping, and then I'm gonna just kind of be working on my postpartum / baby caddy diaper stations. And I'm gonna just get everything in my birth bag that I can, because I think I can get like 95% of it in the bag right now. The other 5% I have ordered from Amazon and I'm waiting for, and it comes in the next couple of days. So I'm gonna just try to get those main things done, and then hopefully maybe clean this room up a little bit. So that's the plan for today. Let me show you guys the wallpaper because it's so cute. We're going with like a nautical theme. Well, let's see. I don't know how good the lighting is, but this is what it looks like. So it has the blue plaid, I guess you could say. And then you might not be able to see it. Let's see if I hold it up like this. Probably not, but it has kind of like a fabric look to it. Like if you look at it without being able to touch it, it almost looks like fabric. Anyway, so we're gonna just do one wall. Just do this wall with the crib, and then I got some really cute little prints from Etsy that I downloaded, and I just need frames for them now. So maybe this week me and Luca will go to the store and try to find some frames for them. I'm excited to see the wallpaper up here because I feel like it's gonna make a really big difference in this room. Oh, I also need curtains. Anyway, so let's get to spraying some wallpaper. Well, I think I finished what I needed to finish for the caddies. It was so much easier this time than last time because we are going to have one diaper changing station, which is in our bedroom downstairs, and I'll use that for night and daytime changes. So I'll just set something up on our dresser for him. And then as far as like my postpartum caddy, I only need one of those two because I'll just go to the bathroom in our bedroom. For nursing stations, that's easy enough to kind of like move around. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. As a second-time mom, I feel so much more confident building these because I know at least what I used last time. So it makes it really easy because I'm like, there was a lot of things in my like breastfeeding caddy that like I never even touched last time. So as a second-time mom, this is what I got in my caddies. The only thing I'm missing from my postpartum is some stuff that I have in my birth bag and some stuff that's on the way. So there's something called AER witch hazel pads, and I'll put a picture right here. And my hospital actually gave me those last time postpartum, and I really loved them. My one complaint long term with them is that they're like just like little circles and you use like 3 of them or whatever, that they are a little cumbersome because they move around and stuff when you're trying to like pull up your diaper. So that's why I liked these ones more often, because these are dried out. So I actually had to throw them away. There's only like a couple left, but they're like long. And I really liked those because I could just use one of them and it didn't move around and all of that. However, they're not as moist, and so I felt like at first I appreciated the AER ones better. Even though they were more cumbersome, they're so moist, which feels really nice. But like as I was healing, I didn't need all of that, and so those long strip ones came in handy. So I am getting both of those this time, so I don't have those. And then the Dermoplast was another thing that I didn't have last time, but the hospital gave me, and it just looks like this. And is it the cleanest ingredient to be putting in your body? Probably definitely not, but this stuff really works and it feels really nice postpartum. So I actually just used their can and then repurchased it. And I also used this perineal spray from Earth Mama, and it was really nice as well. I do, however, feel like this one just like numbs things, and this one's just maybe like a little bit of like a moistener, if you know what I mean. So I also tried this one. It's lidocaine postpartum spray. So this one has more of like that numbing effect, but I did find that this one was just like the best overall. I am gonna probably just like pop through different ones as I feel like it helps, but this one, it does the job. It really does. And especially as things are healing, they get a little itchy and it takes care of all of that. So then obviously we got the handy dandy Perry bottle, and let me just say this, like if you're a first time mom, you have to like pull it all the way out so that it doesn't jiggle around, because I was using it like this, so it kind of jiggled around and water would pour out of here and then it made a mess and I couldn't figure it out. And then one time Nolan filled it up for me and like pulled it all the way straight, and I'm like, this is how you're supposed to use it. Oh my gosh. So just a PSA. Also, I found that using warm water was the best. Cold water kind of stings, but warm water is great. These things are so awesome to have two of, because then you can have one filled up, because you kind of almost go through an entire one, at least I did. So it was nice to have two, because then I didn't always have to just be using the same one. So one of them's in my birth bag, one of them's in this postpartum caddy, and I'll obviously just move it over. The next thing I have are these padsicles. Pretty self-explanatory. I definitely didn't use these as long as I thought I would. I used them max 2 to 3 days, just like that initial healing they were helpful for. After that, they're really cumbersome and sometimes it like almost hurt to sit on. And yeah, so I would just use them as need be. I think I used one right away after giving birth, like the first time I put on my little postpartum situation, I had one on, but then as it cooled down, it just like kind of hurt to sit on. So I'm just gonna use them this time as needed rather than putting them in each time like I tried doing before. Now to like the setup. This was what I found the easiest for me. I never had any kind of leaks or accidents. I also didn't bleed a ton. Like I've said a million times probably by now, I had an unmedicated birth, so I actually didn't bleed as long. I didn't tear super bad. So I had 2 minor tears that they did stitch. I loved these disposable underwear. They are so comfortable on like your belly, and I don't know, like I just kind of love them actually. And it was nice to have like another layer of protection from leaking, because I would use these Depends women diapers and they have the pad already in it, which is really nice because the pad doesn't go anywhere, and these are really awesome. And then putting this, like if I just wore this, I would have leaked sometimes, like especially sleeping. And then this just kind of held it in and also offered a little extra layer of protection so there wasn't blood anywhere that there shouldn't be blood. So that's what I did. Diaper, underwear, and then inside this I would have my either the witch hazel liner or witch hazel pads, and then I would spray this on the witch hazel pads and then on myself as well. And then the Perry bottle I used to dilute my pee while I was going, just so if the urine was like more concentrated, which I stayed really hydrated, so I didn't ever have this too bad of stinging. But like if you're pretty dehydrated, that's gonna sting. So definitely spraying while you pee is really helpful. But I loved this thing even like after I could wipe, because that's the whole point, is like you can't wipe, you just have to kind of blot, and it also just like kind of wipes for you. And when you go number 2, it just really cleans everything up really nicely. So this thing, I'm like, it was almost like hard to part with. The only reason I parted with it is because we were moving and I threw everything in a bin, because I think I might have kept using it at least for the number 2s. But that's my postpartum setup that I'm gonna have by the toilet. And I found that this was what I needed and what I used. This is my postpartum caddy thing. I have a couple other things to add. Obviously, like I said, I'm getting some stuff from Amazon, and then some stuff's in my birth bag because I'll use it there first. But I'm just gonna have this by the toilet. Caddy number 1. My other caddy is my breastfeeding caddy, and I also wanted to mention the fact that I'm not going to be pumping. I'm not going to be using a Haka. I'm have milk collection cups that I'll add into here. I just need to clean them, and I might use those. I didn't end up buying them until the very end with Luca. We'll try those this time. My personal opinion on Hakas is they unnecessarily increase your milk supply. It's creating more demand, so then you can have an oversupply. So I just personally don't use the Haka. I would use it if I was like kind of low on milk supply. However, if I was low on milk supply, I'd probably be like, what's going wrong? Because typically your breasts keep up with supply. So anyways, that's just like my small little opinion on Hakas. I definitely will not be pumping until he's around 6 to 8 weeks old, because that's when your milk supply levels. And even then I didn't pump very often. It was just kind of as need be. I exclusively breastfed. So I don't have any like breast pump Haka kind of things in this. I do have disposable breast pads. I tried to do the environmental ones where you just wash them, and it's just such a pain in the butt. And also they move around so much like that I just didn't find it helpful. And so I just used the sticky ones and threw them away. I didn't use these for very long, just kind of like as my milk was coming in, and like a couple weeks after I was leaking a little bit more. I would only really leak when I was actually feeding him. I would like the letdown on the other side. Maybe I'll use like the disposable ones when that happens, but I didn't really find myself using them for super long or a ton. So I have some of those in here. I have a little breastfeeding cover, which I also didn't use very often, but it's nice to have just in case. My like postpartum experience is gonna be very different this time because we are in Washington around all of our friends and family, and we will have visitors. Last time, obviously my parents were already in town. My brother came in town, my grandparents came in town, Nolan's parents came in town. So we had like some visitors, but it'll be very different this time because we'll have probably more people wanting to come see the baby and just like visit for a little bit. But my opinion is, if you don't feel comfortable with me breastfeeding while I'm in the room, then you can leave my house. And that's really harsh, but as a postpartum mom that's baby is trying to learn to breastfeed, it's just not convenient to have to fight a cover while trying to just teach them breastfeeding. And I was learning, obviously. Okay, sorry, my camera just died. I think what I was saying is, with visitors, my rule this time is just gonna be like, if I can't breastfeed and feel comfortable in front of you, then when it's time for me to breastfeed, it's probably time for you to go. Because this thing is so annoying, and the babies don't like it, and it just makes everything really stressful. And I don't want to go in a different room. It's my house, and breastfeeding's natural. I'm not gonna just like whip my boob out, but like I found it really helpful to have like tank tops, and then you can like put this up here and then fold this down, and so you're covered everywhere except for like where you're breastfeeding. I got this one from Skims, and it's actually a maternity one, so you can unclip it. I'm also wearing a bra underneath it, but that's what I did with Luca, and it was just so nice. You just have the area open that needs to be open, and then it's not like people are like looking at your bare boob. Anyways, that's my little spiel about the breastfeeding cover. I have burp cloths, and then I do have nipple butter, and I just used whatever I had in front of me, really. Nipple butter, coconut oil, and I only used it for like a couple days. I'm really interested to see how my nipples do this time versus last time, because I mean, I was just breastfeeding Luca up until July, so there's been a little break. But anyways, I have that. I didn't use it for super long. Never used my Silverettes. He had a really good latch, and so I just didn't ever feel that pain or soreness. And I'm just so thankful for my IBCLC team that they were like, if it hurts, something's wrong. Like, breastfeeding shouldn't be painful, and it was never painful for me. Your nipples get like maybe a little like friction, like if you were just like rubbing against your skin, like that kind of pain is obviously normal, because like that's an area that's never like really had a lot of like friction up against, and babies have good sucks. And then I also had after ease in my last video and I never used it. My contractions after while breastfeeding, I don't even remember really having them. Like I would get some like belly contraction tightening, but it was never to the point where I needed like medication. Not this medication, this is natural, but my chiropractor was saying with each pregnancy it gets stronger, and my Braxton Hicks have been a lot stronger this time. So I was like, well, I'll put it in the breastfeeding caddy. And then I also have some supplements that I was told to take after having Luca. Goat's Rue is one of them. It's for milk production. And then moringa is another one, moringa. And then calcium, magnesium are good. I had these lactation gummies when I was like suffering with low supply, and then I found out I was pregnant. I got like a lot of those kinds of things. So I think I'm just going to take those from the beginning. And the moringa and goat's rue was something that my IBCLC always told me to take. I just never got around to buying it because I had good milk supply. So now I have it, so I'm going to take it. But I think that's it for this caddy. I also have a belly bind, and maybe I'll show you guys later. It's downstairs right now, and I really recommend that postpartum. I feel like it made a huge difference. Like my organs going back up. Like I felt better and less heavy down there when I would wear it, and I feel like it also just like helped my abs go back. I also have a bag just of like all my extra stuff, and also my like once in a while type things. I have the instant heat breast warmers, which came in handy when I had like a slight clogged milk duct. So I have that in the other bag, just like if I need it. I don't need to put it in my breastfeeding cart because I didn't use them very often. I used them like a couple times, and I think that's it. So that's my breastfeeding caddy. And then this is the diaper caddy. And this is gonna just go next to our dresser in our bedroom. Has all the newborn diapers. I will put the coconut oil in there. And I used the coconut oil when he had the meconium poo because it helps being able to wipe it up much better than like a diaper paste would. It just makes it really easy to wipe it up. After that, we use the Desitin actually the most on Luca as like a brand new baby because I mean their skin's never seen diapers and stuff, and he got like a good enough diaper rash that the Aquifer just wasn't doing it. So I'll probably just use this right away after the coconut oil, obviously, just till his little bum gets used to having a diaper on it. And then we just use Aquifer with Luca, so we'll just do that. I have wipes. We have a diaper warmer, which I can't remember if I had that in the beginning with Luca or if we bought it later, because cold wipes on a little newborn bum is really sad to them. So I don't have it. I need to wash it, but that will go up here. And then down here we just got these from like baby showers and stuff, and so I use these as a changing pad underneath. So I have the Kikaroo, I think, or the peanut diaper changing pad, and it's really amazing, especially when you have a boy because they pee everywhere. I mean, I'm sure girls do too. And so it's like really easy just to wipe it up if there's poop, whatever. However, in the middle of the night especially, it's a little cold. Well, it's just always kind of cold on the like plastic, and you're kind of lifting their shirt or jammies up so their skin touches it. So we just ended up putting these down underneath, and they're really easy just to chuck in the laundry if they get poop on them or pee on them. And then if they do pee, you can just use it to wipe it up. And that was really, really handy to have. So we have like burp rags that are meant for the changing table. And then I have just like the bamboo, really soft burp rags for actual spit ups and all that kind of stuff, just little messes. So I have those in here. My mother-in-law got us these because Luca would just like pss everywhere. Like he was a good peer. He was a hydrated child, and they're like pee-pee teepees. So you put it on their little pee-pee. He soaked through these so quickly, but it was a little handy to have. So I have those in there to use, especially during the nighttime. Like nothing gives you a good adrenaline rush like them peeing everywhere. And then hand sanitizer if you need it. And then the disinfecting wipes, which is very handy to have in your diaper cart because you're always wiping up stuff. So, and then down here, I just have extra diapers and another pack of wipes. All his clothes will be downstairs, so I'll have obviously onesies and that kind of stuff in there. But this is it for his diaper cart. And those are all my caddies, and they are like pretty much done. I'll just chuck a couple other things in them. So I think that's it for now. we're gonna get going on our wallpaper. Okay, so there's a couple things that I kind of came across in our medicine bin that I forgot to mention in the last clips of me building my caddies. So obviously the belly bind I mentioned, but I didn't have it yet. So I'm just gonna keep that in a bag with like my sometimes used postpartum stuff, just so it's all in one place and easy to find. And then while I was getting that, I remembered some other postpartum things that I use that I felt like were super essential. So the first one was Advil. I took Advil, I think once to twice a day at the beginning, mostly for muscle cramping. I got so cramped up after birth just from like being on my arms for like 17 hours straight or something like that. And then also just, I felt like it really helped just take the edge off the pain downstairs. And so I felt like that was very helpful. And I am not somebody that takes medication ever. So I postpartum did take Advil, which is very rare for me. Like I never ever take ibuprofen, Advil, nothing like that. But I did feel like it was very helpful postpartum. The other thing was Colace, a stool softener. I felt like I just took this, I think daily, like once a day or something like that. And it just helps with the poo situation. I just struggle with constipation in general. And so it was nice to have something that kind of helped soften it so that it was a little easier to push out, because pooping postpartum is definitely not like the worst thing, but it's definitely not fun. And it just feels scary. I don't even know how to describe it, but these little 2 tubes are the star of the show when it comes to my postpartum caddy, and I cannot even believe I was forgetting them on my list, because I tell all my friends, you need these before you start breastfeeding. Just buy them, have them on hand, and they will save your life one day. They're just like, you can get them at any kind of like supplement store. I got them at Sprouts. It's like a holistic supplement, and they're the weirdest little things that I've ever seen, but I got like kind of the symptoms and signs of a clogged milk duct / mastitis with Luca around a week postpartum. So it was like probably 3 days after my milk came in, maybe even 2 days after my milk came in, I started getting really lightheaded and like felt like I had a temperature, but I didn't. And I just felt like some pain and like some bumps. So I messaged my IBCLC and I'm like, I'm a little afraid I'm getting mastitis. And so she sent me a whole text message, which I'm going to put on the screen right now, just so that you can read it for yourself, maybe screenshot this. So pretty much one of these is called Phytolacca and the other one is called Hepar sulfur, and you take 3 pellets every 3 hours for 2 doses. It literally clears it up. All of my friends that I've taken these to say they worked wonders. My first dose, I felt like my symptoms like rapidly decreased. That's all you need. 3 of these, and then you do that twice and you're all good to go. And you haven't like been in pain for days or hours. You don't need antibiotics, and your milk journey can just go smoothly. So I tell all of my friends that are about to have babies, you need these on hand, because they are a lifesaver. And I will literally drop what I'm doing and drive them to my friends when they text me, because you just want to get on top of it. That is everything for my essentials for postpartum caddies and the baby caddy. I have everything downstairs in our bedroom now, which feels really good, so that there's like very minimal grabbing from upstairs and getting things set up when he comes. Because last time with Luca, I feel like I was so prepared. I had everything ready and in his nursery, and for whatever reason, the night that we came home from the hospital was like a little bit stressful. Like we had to move the bedside bassinet and connect it to our bed. And then we had to like create this like diaper changing station in our room. And even though I had the caddy, I like hadn't thought about like a changing table situation for him. And then we needed a light so we could see in the middle of the night. And I felt like there was just so many last minute, like, yes, everything was prepared, but like not everything was in place. And so this time around, I'm like, I just want everything at least right next to my dresser. So then when he's born and the night before, we can just like put it on the dresser and I just have it all set up. And like same with my postpartum stuff. It's not like hanging out next to my toilet right now. It's in our closet, but I can just like grab the caddy and put it next to the toilet when I get home. I need to show you the baby nursery. Maybe tomorrow I will do that because Nolan finished the wallpaper and it looks so cute. Oh, also yesterday I did the dreaded task of sanitizing all the baby items. I don't know why, but both times with both boys, I have waited to the last minute and like just dreaded doing it. But I did that yesterday too, so that felt good. Got binkies washed, toys washed. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I am back with an update. We have finished our wallpaper in the nursery, which is a very big accomplishment. I just need to get some frames now so we can frame his artwork. I need to hang the mirror and get some curtains. But like those are all things that don't have to be done before he comes. So feels good. I think I have everything ready that I need for him to come, which is so exciting. My birth bag is all over here. It's packed, and I'm gonna do a whole video on what I'm bringing to the birth center for this labor and delivery. So maybe that will probably be the next video that I post on my channel. And now I feel like since everything is prepared and ready, I can finally focus on like getting my body ready for birth. And so I have an appointment I have to leave for in like 15-20 minutes. So I think I'm gonna go downstairs and make some dates because I need to be eating 6 dates a day right now. So I'm gonna get those ready. Those have been on my to-do list for the past week or so. I'm almost 39 weeks, so I guess it's been 2 weeks. So I'm gonna get those ready so I can start eating those. But I've been doing my raspberry leaf tea, and I've been doing that like once to twice a day. And I also have been taking evening primrose, and I take it twice a day, so I take it in the morning and the night. And then they also say to take it vaginally, and so there's options there. You could like cut it open and just like use the oil internally, or you can kind of like just stick it up you. Use it as like lubrication, you know, all the things. I did that with Luca as well. Evening primrose helps ripen your cervix and also has been like, I don't know if it's proven, but it's been said to shorten your labor, which sounds great to me. And so taking that 3 times a day, twice orally, 1 vaginally, is supposed to help with that. I've been doing that for the past week or so. And then the dates are supposed to help strengthen your uterine muscles to have more effective contractions. And so all of that together, I was told to start at 37 weeks, is supposed to really help get your body fully prepared. The other thing that I'm starting today, probably after my appointment, is I need to get out my yoga ball and start bouncing on that. This little baby is, I don't think he's descended into my cervix yet. Or my pelvis, sorry. Obviously, he hasn't descended into my cervix because I would be in labor. But I don't think he's like engaged, or maybe not fully engaged. And so I need to be like bouncing on my ball and doing my exercises. I have pelvic floor therapy today, which I've obviously talked a lot about in all my videos. We are doing labor prep right now. So if I don't film at the appointment, I will give you guys kind of like an overview of what we talked about, because right now we're doing strictly just like labor prep stuff, and we're practicing my breathing for labor and like my pushing for labor. She's like, I want you to try really hard not to just push until you can't breathe and pop blood vessels all over your face, because that is what I did last time. And she's like, I want you to try really hard not to do that this time. And I was like, I can do that. So this time my plan is to do a little more of the breathe it out method. And I think it'll just be more effective anyways, because scientifically speaking, when you're like breathing, things are able to like open and do what they need to do. And your body is like actually pushing the baby out, and you're just kind of letting the baby come, and you're just like holding the baby down there. So I'll talk about all that after my appointment. And then we've also been just doing some exercises and stretches that help for just getting things loose for labor, keeping my pelvic floor really relaxed and not tensed. So I'll talk about all that later. Let me actually show you the nursery right now because that's why I'm up here, and just give you like a little sneak peek because it's not like done. But I just wanted to show you where we're at right now. Okay, so this is the overview of the nursery. Got a little Love Every play gym. This is our favorite thing. Got my birth bag, my grab stuff for when I'm in labor, and then the rocking chair will go downstairs so I can use it for breastfeeding, and so will the little puff. But we're gonna hang the mirror right here, and then over here above the crib I'm gonna get like a little gallery wall, and I'll show you guys the prints that I got off Etsy. We're gonna get some blue curtains for here, but besides that, I think it's all done. Little bump date. Oh, I'm gonna miss the bump. I'm gonna miss it a lot. Okay, so it's been maybe even a week since I filmed my last video, but I wanted to talk about the dates because, you know, you're supposed to eat 6 dates a day, and dates are my favorite. So I do dates with some no sugar added Greek yogurt and also no sugar peanut butter. I use the Justin's peanut butter and then do dark chocolate chips and put them in the freezer. I've been eating my dates like that. I'm about to go take an Epsom salt bath, which is just necessary in your 3rd trimester. Oh, I didn't even mention, I'm 40 weeks and 1 day today, which I knew I would make it to my due date, so that's no surprise. I'm not discouraged. I love being pregnant and I've been really comfortable this pregnancy, so I feel like it's all positive. I did want to show you guys the exercises, stretches that my pelvic floor therapist is having me do daily as well, so maybe we'll just go get on the ball real quick and I can show you guys. Okay, so I'm wearing a robe, so I'm gonna try not to flash everybody, but she is having me do wide knee tucks, so belly tucks in, and then circles, and then side to side. This is so awkward. Maybe I'll do it from the side. That's probably better. So circles, and then tilts, and then side to side. So I'm also doing rib stretches, so stretches that stretch out through here. I go side, and then forward. And then the next one is like this. And pull in. I hope that makes sense. And then cat-cows, if you're not familiar, you go like this. Inhale, cat, exhale. And then she really wanted me working on curving as far down to my tailbone as possible. And then I've also here and there throughout the day just done a little bit of the spinning babies, like forward plank off the couch to ensure that he's engaged. So those are the things that my pelvic floor therapist has had me do. So I've been doing those like stretches, movements every single day. The last 2 days have been so nice. So we've been going on a walk, like about an hour walk or so. Anyways, I think that's it for preparing my body. The next video that goes up will be my birth bag video, and I'll show you guys everything I have in there. This is the end to this video because we can have a baby any day, which is very exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you guys prepare for your babies, and I hope like as a second time mom that's a little more helpful because I definitely knew what worked for me last time. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. I'll be posting my birth video in the next month or so, so stay tuned for that. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.